The Tampa Bay Rays say their stadium deal needs a do-over because Pinellas County commissioners are delaying bonds to pay for the county's share of the project, and commissioners are accusing the Rays of gaslighting them about their true intentions. Now there's finger-pointing in multiple directions. Here's Pinellas Commissioner Brian Scott.
So in July, we voted, this body, not unanimously, but we voted for the stadium to fund that stadium project. Whether we like Stu Sternberg or not, and right now I don't like him a whole lot, we have an obligation to follow through with that because that decision affects business investment, economic development, and employment. For businesses to thrive and just not survive, to function properly, to be able to make long-term strategic commitments, realize a return on those investments, they've got to have certainty, not indecision. It would be irresponsible for us to back out of that now. And this is not about Stu Sternberg. It's about a $6.5 billion project.
So Scott doesn't want the project to end, but at the same time, he's not happy with the Rays. In particular, this letter that was sent from the Rays presidents Brian Auld and Matt Silverman, saying that the county's failure to finalize the bonds deal last month ended the ability for the park to be completed by 2028. And that means it would have to be delayed a year to 2029. And then the Rays say, well, that would increase our costs, and we can't afford that. And there's a lot of questions about how sincere that really is, just because of a few weeks delay in the bonds issue would suddenly mean the park can't be completed until a year later. And so, there's a lot going on here and a lot of bad blood between the Pinellas Commission and the Tampa Bay Rays management that hopefully can be resolved if you want to have baseball in the Tampa Bay area. Otherwise, it looks like this deal could be unraveling.
Yeah, I'm done with the whole thing. Go ahead and take the Rays somewhere else. I don't think
it's so sad.
Look, we've been dealing with this
coming from a Mets fan
for years. Yeah, I'm wearing a Rays hat this morning, not having anything to do with this topic, but just because it's the only hat that matched the shirt that I'm wearing. Look, they've been debating this for how many years now, Chris? How long has it been?
Gosh, almost since they moved in.
Yeah. Right,
yeah. Okay, so I started working at iHeart in 2002. I moved to Florida, and this was a debate.
Yeah.
So 22 years ago, I remember this.
They finally get to what seemed like the finish line with the deal, and now it's all coming apart. Like it's just not going to happen. The will doesn't seem to be there from portions of the county commission, which changed after the election. Now you have two new members who don't seem to be in favor of this deal. Regardless of this latest issue, they weren't really in favor of it going into all of this. And you've got the Rays. I don't know what the hell they're doing. I have just never seen an organization that is so good on the baseball side, so good, be so bad at public relations and communication and things like that. Just a disaster of an organization when it comes to that part of all of this. This idea that a delay on the bond vote, which it sounds like they thought was a formality. Yeah. That it was the deal was done and there was no reason to delay the bond vote because it was a formality. But the fact that it got delayed 3 weeks, that all of a sudden costs you tens of millions of dollars and backs up the project. Oh, come on.
Yeah, it sounds like they want it out. It's like a marriage when like that one thing is like the final straw, but it was all building for a while.
Makes you wonder if they have another deal somewhere else.
Maybe. And
another woman.
With these delays, look, the facts on the ground aren't going to change. Yes, there are some post-hurricane issues that we have to deal with in the Tampa Bay area, but you're talking about a long-term major redevelopment project. That's like, what's that saying about the forest and the trees or something like that? Not seeing
you can't see the forest through the trees.
Yeah, some whatever. It's like you're looking
forest
at it
for the trees,
from a very short-term perspective, as opposed to like what that commissioner was saying, the long-term impacts of this deal. And they delayed it a couple of weeks. Nothing's going to change between now and then. So you just have a commission that doesn't seem in favor of the deal now. You've got the Rays. They're not happy. Nobody's happy. Move the team to Nashville or wherever the hell you want to move the team to, and let's move forward with a redevelopment plan that everyone can get on board with. It seems like it's an unhappy marriage, and
somebody needs to just pull the plug.
Yeah, I'm that friend or that family member that has to come in and say, look, this isn't working, just break up. Just be done with it. It's over.
I don't know. I don't want the Rays to leave, but At the same time, Aaron Jacobson, a sportscaster in the Tampa area, who I disagree with on almost everything, was right on the money this morning. I mean, he said that the Rays, he said the Rays have always seemed like they've got 1 foot in and 1 foot out.
Yeah.
And even when they had the news conference announcing this project, where they said they were committed to the Tampa Bay area, it just didn't feel that sincere. It almost felt like they were doing it because all of the other options out there across the country had run out, and this was the best deal they were going to get.
And I think that's the case. And look, it's not the ballpark portion of this that really matters to the Rays. It's the redevelopment of the region, which they are going to make a lot of money from. So if that falls apart, it's a big deal. But again, it's over.
It's going to be a good place, whether there's baseball there or not. Though.
Yeah. No question about it. What's the feedback been like? We've been getting feedback on Instagram and Facebook, and you can follow us at Ryan Gorman Show, asking who's to blame, the Rays or the Pinellas County Commission, if this whole thing does come undone like it seems like it's going to. And Dana also put up a poll. So where are we at with what people are saying about it?
Well, so with the poll, 20% blame the Rays, 80% blame Pinellas County if it all falls apart. And that has not really changed much from where it was at last night when I put the poll up. So all the new information that's come out that we've been talking about this morning, no impact. And then we also had somebody who said the Rays are like a spouse who's always looking. You can't make them happy, so send them on their way.
So in the poll about who's to blame, the Pinellas commissioners are batting 200.
Yeah,
right now.
yes. There you go, Chris.
They are striking out with listeners.
Well done. All right, what else is going on this morning?
So there's a pattern emerging in President-elect Trump's picks for cabinet jobs and other top positions. You need to be good on TV or just be in TV altogether. President-elect Trump nominating former TV show Dr. Mehmet Oz to serve as the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services Administrator. Now, Oz ran an unsuccessful campaign for U.S. Senate in Pennsylvania in 2022 with Trump's endorsement and is a big Trump ally, but he's best known for being the host of a TV show that was one of the Oprah spinoffs. And he's a former surgeon, and he will oversee an agency that provides health coverage for 150 million Americans.
Yeah, it accounts for $1.7 trillion in federal spending. Now, he does need Senate confirmation. I have a bit of history with Dr. Oz.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah. When I was in Chicago doing a radio show there, I talked to him about once a month. He would do a little segment where we talked about, not Medicare and Medicaid, but getting more sleep at night and drinking
how to
more
lose
water.
weight, how to be healthier.
Yeah, those kinds of things.
Yeah.
But I have a history with him. And Dr. Marty McCary, who we had on the show the other morning talking about his new book about, different ways to make America healthy again. Now, I don't know if he's part of that actual MAHA movement. But that's essentially what the book was about. We had him on. He's being floated for FDA commissioner. So, this show could have real...
Yes, you have connections.
Real ties to the future Trump administration. We could have it in with the FDA commissioner and the person overseeing the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services. So...
Big names.
Yeah. I think Dr. Oz, doesn't he make more sense as Surgeon General?
Yeah,
like
he was a surgeon.
Face of, with his coat.
Right, and on TV a lot. You don't hear from this Medicare Medicaid person very often on TV, but Dr. Oz, you can put him on all the TV shows.
Yeah,
he could be like a spokesperson,
right.
like a figurehead.
He can do what he did. He can be out there saying you got to get 8 hours sleep. You got to drink 8 glasses of water a day. Things like that.
Yeah.
I think that would be a better position for him. You've got to figure Dr. Phil's in line for something.
Oh, yes,
right?
because Dr. Phil, has been a big supporter of Trump. He spoke at that rally. Yeah, he's very big on the border, too, so I wonder if it'll be something involving that.
Dr. Phil border czar?
Not border czar, but we talked, didn't we talk to him about the border? Yeah.
Maybe he'll head up ICE or something. Who knows? I don't know.
Right.
And then maybe as we're deporting all these people, he'll talk to them and he'll put them at ease. Like he'll give them a little
Let's
therapy
get real.
session.
Well, what about Hulk Hogan? Because he was a big supporter of Trump, too. Yeah, he needs a position.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to find a position for him. Also, Howard Lutnick, he was named Commerce Secretary. He was in the running for Treasury Secretary. Didn't get that. Got Commerce Secretary. Linda McMahon, who wanted Commerce Secretary, she was named education secretary. So they're all getting something
which they're going to close down.
What they want, yes, which they're going to close down, and they're going to do it in epic fashion too, because she used to be the CEO of WWE. All right, Chris Trankman with today's top stories. Chris, thanks so much.
Thank you.